The whole idea arose out of a longing for a great independent bookstore that we lost in 2012. Susan Thomas ran a store just about a half block from here for 20 years, and people loved it and were very sad when it closed down in 2012. The bookstore came out of just I think a local upswell of interest in bringing a real independent bookstore back to Billings that sells new books and is locally owned and operated and focuses on regional authors and local events. It made a lot of sense to use a cooperative model. So we will all have our piece of a bookstore. I think there are actually a lot of people in Billings who would really love to own a bookstore and who would really have loved to be the person who opened up a new bookstore. And it's an enormous lift for one person or a couple of people. So this way we all get our little piece of the bookstore, and it's not too much for any one person to carry. And there are so many Montana writers all over the state. It's a very literary place and a lot of great writers, and we want to be sure that Billings is a big enough draw, which is one reason why it's ideal to be situated downtown, where there are a couple of other bookstores. There's a used bookstore called A Few Books More. There's a bookstore a block away from us called Bar John's that has more of a new age orientation. So we all have our different niche. And then there's the gorgeous new public library a few blocks away, but it starts to be a tour that a visiting author can go on, bookstore to bookstore, and slightly different crowds, and we create one more audience and one more part of a downtown literary community.